Hello there, good afternoon, and welcome to Hotspot on your number one online television channel, CTV. Yes, Hotspot is the show where we get to discuss and dissect everything going on in the world of sports. Yes, talking about tennis, basketball, Formula One, anyone, you name it, we've got you covered right here on CTV. My name is Wisdom Chumba. You can call me the principal thing. I'm here to give you everything going on in the world of sport. But today, guys, our focus would be mostly on football, because we'll be talking about the current Euros that is going on. That is the talk of the town. And there's the issue of the Copa America. We know that some teams have made it through to the quarterfinal of the Copa America, and then we'll talk about the Paris Olympics going down. Coming up next month. Yes, in Paris Olympics 2024. This and a whole lot more we'll be discussing about on the show today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a bit. Alright, once again, welcome back. You're listening to Hot Sports on your number one online television channel, CTV. Yes, I still remain your one and only host, Wisdom Chumuba. And today, guys, we've got some interesting talking points on today's show. Do well to drop your comments live as you're streaming on Facebook and as well as YouTube. Even those that would be on TikTok as well, you can also do well to drop your comments on the conversations that we would be having today. Okay, now moving straight into all of our conversations, we're going to be starting from the Euros 2024 currently going on. Yes, we know that the competition now has gone to the round of 16. Yes, the round of 16, and we have some interesting mouth-watering fixtures in the round of 16. I'm going to be reading out the fixtures if in case you've not come across it, and we are going to be dissecting these fixtures bit by bit, and then guys, just to let you know, tomorrow we are going to be talking about the Euros. So today we are not going to dwell too much on the analysis, because I would be having a guest with me on the show tomorrow. Yes, and he's going to do the analysis, because these games would be kicking off tomorrow, talking about the Euro round of 16, and not just the Euro round of 16. We would also be talking about the Copa America as well as the Paris Olympics, where the Super Falcons have been added, or they've been placed in a very, very interesting group, a group that has Brazil, that has Japan. It's a whole lot, guys. So this show promises to be filled with so much excitement. Now, moving straight to our first conversation, that is the Euro 2024. The round of 16 fixtures have been scheduled, and it will be kicking off tomorrow with the first game going down. It is Switzerland versus Italy. That will be the first game by 5 p.m. Nigeria time. Switzerland versus Italy, and then we have Germany taking on Denmark as well tomorrow, but that will be by 8 p.m. And then moving on, we have England taking on Slovenia, or rather England taking on Slovakia, yes, on Sunday. And then still that same Sunday we have Spain take on Georgia, and go over to Monday where we have France taking on Belgium, a blockbuster match. I need to add that to it. And then we have Portugal taking on Slovenia, and then we'll talk about Romania taking on the Netherlands on Tuesday, and then Austria taking on Turkey on Tuesday as well. That is the round of 16 fixtures. You can do well to tell me what you think about these fixtures, and who do you think would make it through. We are just going to dissect a little bit, and then we'll go over to Copa America, where some teams, like I said earlier, have made it through to the quarterfinals, while some are still on a bit of an edge. And there's a certain Uruguay in the Copa America who has found a bit of resurgence under Marcelo Bielsa. So guys, there's a whole lot to talk about on this show. Okay, now back to the Euro 2024. Switzerland taking on Italy. This is one game that for me I think is going to be very interesting. We know Switzerland, they've been impressive, finishing behind Germany in their group. That's talking about Group A. They finished with 5 points, and funny enough, they've had I think 5 goals as well in this tournament. They've been impressive as well. Taking on Italy. Italy are the defending champions of the Euros after winning it at Wembley, defeating England via penalties. They won the Euro 2022, and they are the defending champion. Well, so far so good in the history of the Euros. No defending champion has been able to make it to the final back to back, apart from Spain, who managed to do that a long time ago. But Italy, so far with their performances, they don't seem to be in the right position to retain their title. But we never know. It's football. Football gives us all of its surprises as well as it packages. And then we talk about Germany versus Denmark. This is one game a whole lot of people would expect to be a whitewash. We'd expect Germany to wash or flood Denmark with goals. But we never know. Denmark have been impressive. There's a certain Christian Eriksen who has been the most creative player in the tournament so far. And, Denmark, their defending has been impressive. But you look at Germany, they have the highest number of goals, 8 goals in this tournament so far. They've been really impressive. They were just unfortunate, to come away with a draw against Switzerland. And Switzerland, we know that they've been fantastic as well. And then we talk about England, Slovakia. England have really not lived up, to expectations. Yes, they've really disappointed a whole lot of people, both their fans and even, the neutrals who were expecting England. England going into this tournament had the most talented squad, just like the Super Eagles in Africa. We know that we have the most talented squad, but when it comes to the big stage, we really don't live up to the expectations. I think someone also said something like that on X, that England are the Nigeria of Europe. Where when it comes to the big occasions, they don't really perform despite all of the talents that they have in their ranks. And then we talk about Slovakia, who for the first time are making it through, to the round of 16. So the fact that they've, managed to make it to this stage means that they will go out tooth and nail coming up against this England side. But one would expect England to make it through, on paper. And now moving over to Spain versus Georgia. My goodness, this is another mouth-watering fixture that you would need to look out for. I'm telling you this for those of you that are the white paper guys, if you know what I mean. These are some of the games that you should really put your stake on, because they really would live up to the expectation. At least I can say I'm sure of that 80%. I wouldn't tell you 100%, so you don't come for my neck later. But Spain versus Georgia is one game you need to look out for. Why am I saying so? We know Spain, this tournament so far, they have a perfect record, 3 wins out of 3. They finished the group with 9 points. They've scored some impressive goals as well. And there's a certain Georgia which no one expected to perform. And at the end of the day, their last game, they managed to defeat Portugal by 2-0. Portugal that had a certain goat in Cristiano Ronaldo, but Kvaratskhelia, who ended up winning the Man of the Match award, was so pleased to win a Ronaldo shirt for himself. But moving away from that, back to Georgia, I think the top scorer of the Euro 2024 tournament, rather so far, is a Georgian. Yes, is a Georgian player who is the tournament top scorer, and recently we've had rumors about him being linked to Monaco. Yes, after his impressive performance, talking about Georgia's his name. That's talking about the top scorer of the Euros playing for Georgia. We're talking about Georgie's Mikhail Twadze. Yeah, that's his name. Beg your pardon. Some of these names, they can be a bit of a tongue twister. But moving over to I think this, in fact, this is the biggest game of the round of 16, in my opinion. I wonder what you think. You can do well to drop your comments. In the comment section, for those of you streaming wherever you are, and from whatever platform you are streaming on, be it YouTube, be it Facebook or TikTok or whatever platform, please do well to drop your comments as well. Now tell me, France versus Belgium, in your opinion, what do you think? This definitely has to be the biggest game. And what are your expectations? France-Belgium would be going down on Monday by 5 p.m. Tell me, what are your expectations going into this tournament, especially into this particular fixture? Belgium have really disappointed quite a whole lot of people. Their group was probably the most interesting group due to the fact that they all finished with 4 points in that group. And just by finishing with 4 points, Ukraine had to go home because they were bottom of the group, but Belgium finished second. They didn't really score goals, yes, but though they were just unfortunate, especially the man Romelu Lukaku, who's had 3 goals ruled for offside in this tournament so far. Just unfortunate for him. But there's also France, who so far, despite making it to the round of 16, haven't scored goals for themselves as well. Yes, apart from Kylian Mbappe, no other France player has been able to put the ball into the back of the net for France. Their first match won by a goal to nil. Was an own goal, and then the second match as well, which I think ended in a draw. I need to confirm that for you. But France, yes, they played their final match. They were 1-1 with Poland, but before that, France played a 0-0 draw with the Netherlands, and then their first game where they won by a goal to nil. Yes, courtesy and own goal. So France haven't really been that impressive when it comes to scoring goals. So going into this one, I think it's going to be one that we need to just sit down, cross our hands and watch. So tell me your prediction from all of this round of 16 fixtures. Who do you think would make it through to the quarterfinals? I would be eager to hear from you. Do well to drop your comments as well. We'll try to see if we can read out 1 or 2 comments before the end of the show, because I will be expecting your comments and your feedback. Now we talk about Portugal and Slovenia. On paper, a whole lot of people would expect Portugal to get one over Slovenia, due to the fact that in terms of pedigree and talent and quality, Portugal is way ahead of Slovenia. But Slovenia so far in this tournament, we've seen that there are no pushovers. No, there are no underdogs, because they really had to fight for it. They put up an impressive performance, and the fact that they made it through to the round of 16. This tournament so far, talking about the Euros, we've had some impressive teams or some underdogs who have set history, have made history by making it to the round of 16 for the first time. So the fact that they've made it to this stage of the competition, I don't think they would just go there and decide to blow away that opportunity. They would come out guns blazing. Now I'm talking about moving over rather to Romania versus Netherlands. Now this is one game that should be a blockbuster as well. Why am I saying this? Romania managed to top a group that there was a certain England in it. We had Ukraine, we had England in that group, and Romania topped that group. They smashed Ukraine, by the way, by 3 goals to nil. That was, I think, for me so far, the most shocking result. And there was a certain Austria in that group as well. No, okay, Austria was in the Netherlands group, but, Romania, they've been impressive so far in this tournament. And then going over to the Netherlands, their opponents, Netherlands really haven't lived up to the expectations of a whole lot of people. Just like England, Netherlands lost their last game to Austria by 3 goals to 2, and for me, I'm just tilting towards Romania just a little bit. I wonder what you make of that. if you agree with me, if you think Romania might just give us an upset over Netherlands, do well to drop your comments, and I would be reading out your comments as well. And then finally, we have Austria taking on Turkey. For me, this is also another interesting game. Austria, they've been by far the best underdogs. Yes, Ralf Rangnick doing an impressive job with this Austrian side. Apart from Germany, they have the most goals with 6, and Germany has 8, Austria has 6, and then we have Portugal behind them who has 5. But they've been impressive. Austria, they've shocked everyone. They defeated France. They also defeated the Netherlands as well. It's just been impressive. The performance of this Austrian side, they've really gone beyond the expectations of everyone. And then talk about Turkey, who has also been impressive for themselves as well. So guys, that is a rundown of how the round of 16 fixtures is, or this is how it has been set. So it begins tomorrow, 5 p.m. Nigerian time, the first game, Switzerland versus Italy, and later tomorrow evening we'll have Germany taking on Denmark. So like I said earlier, for those of you, the white paper guys, these are some interesting games for you, to put your money on. And let's know, football is a game of win and lose. So, but just make sure that whatever you do, you are doing wisely. So we're gonna go on a break, and once we come back, we'll switch over to the Copa America, and let's find out. There is an issue going on with Lionel Messi. Will he be available for their final match? All this and more we would be talking about, and just stay tuned if you want to find out. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll be back in a bit. Once again, you're welcome back to Hotspot on your number one online television channel, CTV. I remain your host, Wisdom Chumuba. You can call me the Principal Thing. And now, well, before we went on the break, we were talking about the Euros. Now we are switching to South America, or should I say America, the United States of America, where the Copa America 2024 is currently going down. Some teams have qualified for the quarterfinal, while some their fate will be determined after match day 3. But talking about the quarterfinals, let me give you the teams that have made it through to the quarterfinals, and then we'll talk about 2 teams that everyone is expecting to perform. Why am I saying 2 teams? Number 1, we expect Argentina, who are the defending champions, to make it all the way to the final, because I don't think any other standard would be acceptable if they don't make it to the final as the defending champion. But there's a certain Uruguay who has found a bit of a resurgence under Marcelo Bielsa. By the way, they smashed their opponent in 5-0 yesterday. That is talking about Bolivia. Uruguay destroyed Bolivia 5-0. The 5-star performance with the likes of Facundo Pellistri stepping up. There's a certain Darwin Núñez of Liverpool who also found himself on the score sheet, and Federico Valverde of Real Madrid also on the score sheet. Uruguay, they've been impressive so far under Marcelo Bielsa, and a whole lot of people are starting to wonder if they can finally step up to rival Argentina. Brazil haven't really been impressive for me, not just for me. I think quite a whole lot of people share the same sentiment with me. But I wonder what you make of the Copa America so far. Do well to drop your comments, because I would be going over to read some of them as the show goes on. Now, just to tell you, the teams that have made it through to the next round. That's talking about the quarterfinal. Argentina has been confirmed. They top their group currently just after 2 games played with 6 points, so they've been confirmed that they would be, playing in the quarterfinal. And then there's also a certain Venezuela who also tops their group in Group B, Venezuela. And then we have Uruguay as well, who have made it through. And then we have Colombia. Okay, Colombia's group though is yet to be confirmed because they are yet to play their own final set of fixtures. That's the match day 2, in fact. So, but Uruguay has been confirmed. Venezuela and Argentina have been confirmed. But right now, as things stands, let me just give you how the group stands. Group A, we have Argentina topping the group with 6 points. Canada, second with 3 points. Chile, third with 1 point, and then Peru fourth with 1 point. And then in Group B, we have Venezuela with 6 points. We have Ecuador with 3 points, Mexico with 3 points, and Jamaica fourth with 0 points. And then going over to Group C, where Uruguay sits comfortably with 6 points, and they've scored 8 goals, the most goals in the competition so far. They've conceded just one, and they have 6 points, topping the group. And then we have USA, the United States of America, who lost by the way, yesterday 2-1, yes, to Panama. That game was bonkers. We saw 2 red cards, a disallowed penalty. It was a game of, it's literally what you call basketballs. Yes, in Nigeria, literally that was what the game was all about. But it was fun and incredible to watch. But United States were just on the losing side. Right now, as things stand, they are second in their group, and behind Uruguay with 3 points, and then Panama third with 3 points as well, and then Bolivia fourth and bottom of the group with just 0 point. And then we have Colombia in Group D. Although in Colombia's group, that is Group D, they've just played one game, and the final set of fixtures will be played today. That is their next match, talking about match day 2, would be played today. Colombia first with 3 points, Brazil second with 1 point, Costa Rica third with 1 point, and then Paraguay fourth with 0 points. So that is how it stands in the Copa America. Yes, now let's talk about Lionel Messi. Reports have suggested that Lionel Messi would not be featuring in Argentina's final game, yes, against Peru. Why are the reports saying this? This is due to the fact that Lionel Messi, reports are saying this, that he would be rested for that final game because he complained about a hamstring, injury while in their last match, and he managed to play the entirety of the match with that hamstring strain. But they would not want to risk any problem going further, so Lionel Messi would be rested. So for the lovers of Lionel Messi, we all love Lionel Messi, but some people love him more. But just to let you in on this information, that Lionel Messi would not be featuring. So that is a 90% sure. I wouldn't say 100. I'm 90% sure that Lionel Messi would not be featuring in the final match for the group stage. Okay, we are going to go on one final break, and when we come back, we'll talk about the Paris Olympics 2024. The Super Falcons, we've been drawn in a very, very incredible group. Do well to wait and find out. In a bit, we'll be back. Don't go anywhere.